It's
Hello.
Rick and Lisa. Excuse the way we look here. We just got done walking 3 miles really early.
Yeah, we did. On the rails to trails. Love it.
So here's a question for you. When do you get a new phone? When your storage is full? Because that's usually when I do. And now my storage is full. And
Now, I have never had a full storage phone because I get rid of the pictures that are like what I call utilities. Like, say, for instance, at the grocery store, and you ask me to get brown sugar, and there's 9 brands of brown sugar.
Right.
I take a picture and say, "Is this what you want?"
Right.
But I get rid of those.
Okay. All right. Well, since I paint dogs and stuff, I have them on my photos here, but just random other pictures and videos.
You have like every dog picture you've ever taken on there.
I know.
I think we get rid
Well,
of
here's
half
the
of them.
thing.
We'll be good.
I tried to put them on my laptop,
Mm-hmm.
which was half successful. But then I thought, when I'm out and I want to show you a picture, I can't because now they're on my laptop. But
Well,
here,
you can leave some pictures there.
but wait, here's the other thing. When you get this extra storage on the cloud, it takes it away from here, right?
No.
To sign in.
Well,
And-
it depends. Different things. The cloud that I have has that backs up. It's a mirror backup of my phone.
Okay. So, well, yeah, and if you delete them, see, I would only use that if I were going to delete the
Well,
ones
there
on
are
the
other
phone.
ways to access the cloud.
Yeah. Okay. So before y'all tune out,
Somebody still watching?
on my voicemails go back to 2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many phones ago is that?
Or 2014, 15, something like that. A long time. See, I'm scrolling
Yeah.
down. I've got all
Right
these
there's the
voicemails.
problem. We donate or delete like half of them, and she's done.
Probably so. And so, excuse me, I had messages, a lot of them from my father.
Mm-hmm.
And as some of you know, he had dementia in his late years. And so some of the like 2-minute long ones are just kind of hemming and hawing.
Why don't you get rid of those? They can't possibly have a.
Well,
warmth.
it's sentimental. I can't delete any of those.
Or
And
I'll do it. Give me a
no,
phone.
no. And my mother, I have one here. Well, so I listen to my father, and I can listen to his voicemails. And when he gets a little loopy, it's kind of funny in an endearing sort of way. But my mother, the minute she says, "Hi, Lisa, it's your mother," I can't. My heart just breaks. So I don't know what that says, but I can't listen to them. But I'm not going to delete them either. And then in my pictures, I have a picture of my mother that I took.
No, you're not going to show this, are you?
No,
Do not show it.
I'm not going to show you, I promise. But
I can't believe she did this.
does anybody else do this sort of? First of all, does anybody else have like a zillion voicemails that you don't want to delete because maybe the people are no longer living, or they're special and you just can't delete it?
But
like,
not all of them are special.
well, most of them
Go
were.
through them.
And then some I have in the nursing home calling to complain that my father was misbehaving, and I don't want to get rid of those either because it just, I don't know. Anyway, on my pictures,
You know your father had a hoarding issue.
that's another
But it seems to be coming through. You can't get rid of,
That's
of
another-
messages that aren't even that important.
video cast.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the other thing. I have a picture here, and I took it when I took a picture of my mother the day before she died in the hospital, and she looked marvelous. But then the next day when I went in, she hadn't had any fluids. And, well, she died that day, and
Mm-hmm.
I have a picture of that.
Well, you got a before and after death.
I do, which she would totally be like, "Lisa, don't you show anybody that." And I don't really. She got cremated, so that's kind of my viewing, sort of. But when I'm randomly trying to find a picture to show somebody, and then I see my mother, I'm like, "Ah!" I didn't want a viewing at that moment, but it's still on there. And I think you have one with my father that I
do.
asked you to take. So yeah,
Well, before we get any further in this, I have a question. It
Okay.
can help. Is there an app that can help you take photos off of Apple products like iPhones?
Uh-huh.
Years ago, I would just, when my phone got filled with pictures, I would just hook up a USB, copy it over to an external hard drive, no problem whatsoever. But now that doesn't seem to work, as you've seen recently,
Right.
and I've seen.
Yes.
Is there an app you can get to
there
take?
was.
I know there was, but I'm asking now, is there?
Because I had one. You pay like, I don't know, it was like $25-$50, something like that, and it doesn't work with Windows 11, which
Means it
have.
doesn't work.
Doesn't work now, but it would take all your text messages, because that's another thing that eats up space. Your text.
By the way,
messages.
you know they did a lot of changes when they started Windows 11. It just screwed everything up.
Yeah, And with text, when people text you pictures of stuff, like that takes space. So
Yeah.
you have to go back through and now since my brother passed away, all the pictures of him I don't want to delete.
Which, by the way, we don't have a picture of him dead.
No, we don't. But I think I'm not the only one. My niece was saying that she takes pictures with dead people too, and I didn't take them with. Like I didn't do. Hey, let's do a selfie, Mom.
Casket
She's
selfie.
dead. I did not do that, and I didn't do it to be disrespectful or anything. I did it because
I don't know what direction.
I
don't know what direction it's going in. But I was going to say, do you have a problem touching dead people?
I do kind of, although
I never have. I know some people touch their parents and grandparents.
well, two things. With animals, though, when I see a dead animal, I want to stand over it and give it the proper
Even when you backed over it.
back over an animal. Gosh. But I remember my mother's. After my parents got divorced, my mother's boyfriend, he died as a result of a car accident. I'm not laughing. I'm going to start crying. But anyway, I went to the funeral. I'm very OCD. And although it's a struggle, and that's another video cast unto itself, but I did touch him because I felt like I had to touch him. So I made myself touch him, and it was like burning through my skin, frozen type thing.
This is why I don't touch dead people.
I didn't touch my brother. Jonathan did, and he said it's cold. It's like frozen.
Of course.
And my father was not embalmed. He had a closed casket because he always said, "I don't want people parading me around." I'm like, "Who do you think you are? Some kind of public figure or whatever." So I didn't even see him after he left the hospital room.
Yep.
And my mother was cremated, same thing. So there you go.
So if you know of an app, we need that app so we might save getting
But
Lisa a new phone.
I think just getting a new phone is probably the best answer, because if I'm shifting everything to my computer, why not just get another phone and then I can have it?
You're like Michael Scott in the last episode of one of the last episodes of The Office. He comes to Dwight's wedding without his wife, and he has two cell phones because he couldn't get all the pictures in one. That's who you're sounding like here.
I can totally relate to that, because if I want to show you something, and don't you hate that when somebody wants to show you something on their phone and you can never find it? It's like, wait a minute, I think it's here, and they're. And meantime, you're off on another conversation because they can't find
That's
it.
right.
But that's how many pictures do I have here? I don't know. It doesn't tell me, but probably I think it's like 13,000.
Houston, we have a problem.
I think so. All right. So, anyway, comment below if you have an app, know of an app. If you
have pictures of dead people?
Have pictures of dead people.
Oh, no.
If you touch dead. No. Not
okay.
being disrespectful to dead people, but everybody grieves and mourns in their own way.
Speaking of dead people, you can see behind you on this video, my grandfather is up there, and my
your
parents. Yeah. So.
Yes, Dick and Shirley, and then way
I
over
was
there,
very young.
you can see Jonathan and Rick and me with my terrible looking hair from the 90s.
Well, no, I think that if I recall correctly, the day it was a church picture, and I think you came from the Y, because I set it for like 3 or 4 o'clock. So
it's
that's
like
what your
I've
hair
got
looks
this bowl on top of my head.
that was just the way.
It's terrible. Looking back on those pictures, but okay. All right, so we hope you stay in touch with us. We're going to stay in touch with you. We'll keep doing these. You keep watching them, and life will be good.
We thank you for your support.
And I'll get myself a new phone here. See you next time. Are you going to say same bat time, same bat channel?
Same bat time. Same bat channel.